This episode of Commish Chat is brought to you by Napper, the official ball and equipment sponsor of the National Ball Hockey League. Whether you're ripping clappers from the blue line or dangling through defenders, Napper has the sticks, gloves, and protective gear to take your game to the next level. Designed for ball hockey players by ball hockey players, Napper delivers unmatched durability, performance, and style on the court. Don't settle for less. Gear up with Napper and own the game. Visit napper.com to check out their latest lineups. Now, back to the show.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the NBHL Commish Chat Podcast. I'm NBHL Commissioner Anthony Sanrocco, joined by Gianni Sanrocco, TJ Janus, and Colleen Murphy as we get into the Elite Weekend. All right, so this is part one of our Commish Chat Podcast. We're going to go through the men's teams on this episode, and then in part two, we're going to go into all the women's teams. And for people who are not aware of what the NBHL Elite Division is, it is a draft-style tournament league of the best players within and not in the NBHL. 4 men's teams, 4 women's teams. First tournament will be August 23rd, 24th in Edison, New Jersey. Second weekend will be November 1st, 2nd in Murrysville, Pennsylvania. And all the teams get 8 games. They get playoffs. And, we're trying to emulate a professional model here with this league. So for all the teams that have recently qualified for the NBHL championships, we promise you we got an episode coming for you. We're going to dive deep into all the teams who have made it and, talk in depth about what's going on there. But for now, it's the Elite episode. How we feeling, everybody?
Elite? Yeah, feeling pretty elite.
Yeah, I think we're
there. About damn time this weekend is coming up. I feel like it's been years. I'm so pumped. And I hope everyone listening to this is driving on their way to Elite right now and they're getting pumped. So let's do it, boys.
Wow. Hell yeah.
I'm inspired.
Fire me up, Murph. Oh my God.
I'm kind of a hype girl sometimes when I want to be.
We're very in depth with the setup. Like, we've got a ton of banners. They're all in the office. I went through them all yesterday and it took me a very long time. Went through all the jerseys. They should be all good. If we messed it up, it's on me at this point. I've gone through them all, so you can yell at me. But it's going to look great there. And I don't know. Get into it. Men, start with the men first. We'll go. How we feeling? Gee, whose jersey are you wearing?
I got my captain, Nick Carter.
Wow.
Got to represent the Mariners on here. We got a couple of defective jerseys ordered early on.
Yes.
So I get to keep the defective Nick Carter jersey. I'm not going to tell you what's wrong with it, but maybe the viewers at home can figure it out.
That should be a competition. You got to find out what's wrong with the defective jersey.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a post.
Maybe I'll wear it around Elite Weekend. You can get a full look at it for those
Gianni,
of you who are there.
And then he's going to be wearing it all weekend.
It's going to be like, where's Waldo?
All right, yeah, I guess we can probably get a couple people in the bad jerseys. People won't even know that, like, spot the bad jersey.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We should have our media team run around with these jerseys.
Actually, yeah. Should we do that? Be kind of cool. But then they'd have to become fans of those teams, and teams would get favored in graphics. But that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
We can make it work.
But all right. So men's elite, we've got 4 teams. We've got Apollo HC. We've got the Greyhounds. We've got the Comets. We've got the Mariners. Each team is pretty loaded.
Yep.
We have one member of the Mariners here, obviously. And before this, I talked to some of the GMs, and talking like expectations, like, these are some of the best players in the sport. Like, it's going to be fast paced. It's going to be physical. It's going to be smart hockey. I'm sure it will be, I think the intensity is going to amp up significantly by the time the second weekend comes through. But I think, the first game, people are going to have that adrenaline rush. It should be, I don't know. I'm expecting high intensity.
Yeah, I mean, this is the highest level of NBHL hockey that will be played. So, I'm just so excited to watch it unfold.
I was talking to Mike DeFazio, the GM of the Mariners, and he was saying, strategically this first weekend, there's kind of feeling everything out, seeing who plays well with who, what adjustments they have to make. They'll watch some film afterwards, and really this is just a prep weekend for the championship weekend, and really just seeing what flows.
You're going in, raw into, a new division tier, new players, new teams. It's just going to be a little feeling out period and, getting chemistry with your line mates and things like that. So, yeah, I expect these teams to be, another level come, November.
Yes, that's what I'm excited to see out of all these elite teams is I feel like a lot of these players that are in the league have played against each other a lot and have not really gotten the chance to play with each other. So seeing like how they mesh and what line combinations end up, forming out of this first weekend is going to be really interesting to see.
I also just thought, for both men's and women's elite, and obviously we saw it last year, but just, for USA ball hockey's sake, like you're seeing some combinations you probably never see before. I don't know. I think it just will help with their, scouting moving forward and things like that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know from my aspect too, guys, is being on the women's side, it's going to be so exciting to see these guys play. We're just, after we get done with a game, we can hop in and watch one of the elite men's games and see that high pace. Like, it's going to be high pace all weekend. It's going to be go, go, go. And that's what's really going to make this weekend such an important and special weekend for these players, is because it is going to be some of the best. So the combo of both the men's and women's at the same time is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of audience watching all of the games. Like, I think the players will be sitting around because this is like, it's almost like a fascination. Like, you don't know who's going to play well together, who's not, like who might be better or not as good as you might have expected just based on seeing who they play with and things that happen. Like, it's just a bunch of wild cards all kind of thrown together here.
There's a lot of connections too. Like, the ball hockey community is so small and so tight. You've got all the girls and the guys from, say, like Leominster, Massachusetts. They're on different teams. They're going to be rooting for against each other, whatever it may be. So you have connections with the women and the men and cheering for different teams as well. So it's going to be really cool to see that.
100%. Were you going to say something, Jake?
I was just going to, off of Colleen's first point about like being able to watch like the action from each division. I feel like that's one of the bummers that kind of comes up with tournaments sometimes, is you play your game and then there's like a 3 or a 4 game gap, but there's really not anything interesting going on, and you're just kind of sitting there waiting for like a good game to get on. But with this elite weekend, like every single hour, you're going to want to stick around.
Yeah.
Like there's no breaks. Like I can't leave the rink. I got stuff to do.
We're not leaving the rink.
No, we're not.
Yeah, no, we're sleeping there.
But for the other players, like I know like a lot of guys like will leave the rink for a while and like go to get food or something. But I think people are gonna, if they leave, they're gonna get back as fast as they can because they're not gonna want to miss anything.
Yeah. So getting into these men's teams here, we'll start with Apollo HC. GM is Jim Doherty, Pittsburgh native, longtime member of the Pittsburgh Gods. Someone who I personally hated playing against because he would beat the shit out of me on the rink. Hell of a player. He's done a great job putting his team together, and great coaching staff too. He's ready to go. Very excited. And he crafted a very young, fast team. His team of the 4 men's teams is definitely on the younger side. They have the youngest captain in the league in Joe Malillo. I mean, what can we say about him, G? Ridiculous, right?
He's the defenseman you want to see on the rink, I think, probably the opposing team.
Yeah.
I certainly don't want to see him on the rink against the Tortugas.
No, it's never fun. Bomb for a shot. Really short shorts and just
really short shin guards.
Really short shin guards, but hell of a player. It's an awesome choice. He's a great choice. Is like, he's one of the futures of the sport. Like,
and he's so passionate too. Like, you want that out of your captain, someone who cares and really wants to be out there. And you absolutely feel that from JoJo. He loves ball hockey.
Yeah. And with him, the alternates are Brendan Krause, Connor Callahan, John Petito. Malillo, Krause, Callahan, younger guys, all been on the national team. Callahan and Krause will lead the offense. Like, they're just like lethal goal scorers. I mean, Callahan in game 1 of the Jersey finals had a hat trick, and like, just the pace of play that he has is just,
it's unbelievable.
I've never moved as fast as Connor Callahan.
Yeah, I see him. I see him and Krause probably doing most of their goal scoring. And then, I mean, someone you didn't mention, but Michael Andy's on defense, another Jersey guy. So, I mean, it's a really good top 2, top 4 there. So
yeah. John Petito as the other captain. He's, Long Island, been around the game for a long time, been going against him for a long time. Just guy does everything right. Like, he's just a stud veteran presence, and he's a good person to have in this mix of captains with these 3 younger guys. Like, he's got the experience. He's been around. I know he's a high-level roller hockey player too. So he's just been around the game a long time, and he'll just be is a great. Wait, oh my God, we got to get rid of that. I was going to say great and
great.
What was I going to say? I don't know.
Great
I said great.
Veteran presence.
Yeah,
maybe.
But yeah, so Petito, great veteran presence with these three younger captains in front of Andrew Carter, who is the guy's incredible. And the first time I really like when we have our tournaments and stuff, like when we have the NBHL Cup, like it's tough to really like focus on a team and watch them the whole time. And like he'd been to our tournaments before, but we went to the Chicklets Cup in Buffalo and he was on our NBHL team. And I knew like Carter was good, but I remember that tournament, like this guy is unbelievable. Like it doesn't make sense how he would get across from post to post and like just so athletic. He just saves everything. Like he just saves literally everything. There's a reason he was the first goalie picked in this draft.
Yeah.
Like he's just so good.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of like he's so athletic and also it just feels like he knows where the ball is going to be. Like to be a good goalie at that high level, you have to have the IQ, and Carter for sure has that.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's got Tony DeMonaco with him. That's the goalie duo. Tony, our Buffalo director, hasn't played in the NBHL a ton because he's been so focused on directing, but
he did play this year though, right?
He did not. He played last year, I believe. Yeah. But he's played for the Pittsburgh Gods, very experienced, high-level goalie. This will be a very, very tough duo to score on.
Yeah.
But yeah, this team, they're young. Their defensive core is very young. We've got Mike Andes, as you mentioned, who is a literal gazelle out on the rink. Joe Malillo, who we obviously mentioned, and like Cole Hilliard, Jared Spear, Brett Holman, Tommy Tedesco. These are all, some younger defensemen that are, up-and-comers, playing Tier 1 that are really, really good. And then they've got, a veteran like John Petito, Kyle Bakanowicz, who are back there. So the whole core of defense is young, fast, skilled. Like they hit every checkbox you could possibly want. Their entire roster too, they're like I said, they're young. They've only got 3 players above 30. The youngest team of all the men's elite teams. Doc definitely, got some Pittsburgh players involved. Anthony Rizzitano, Tommy Tedesco, Buda Wysong, Brendan Krause, Nick Phillips are Pittsburgh guys have gone against each other in Tier 1, Pittsburgh for years. Wild card on their team is Don Kleckner, who was added to the team late. They lost a player due to injury. So Kleckner has played in the NBHL Georgia division, Florida division. Has been an absolute stud down there. He's got an ice hockey background. It's a hell of a player. So he's one of those players who, don't play A,
right,
but have been fantastic in the NBHL, who are, getting an opportunity to play at this high level. So it will be fun to see him, what he can do playing with, these top level players here.
Yeah, I think that kind of across the board applies to, a lot of these guys that are coming in from, maybe a Tier 2 division or don't play A. Just going to be exciting to watch them kind of in the mix with some of the top players in the sport and kind of get a real taste of the highest level of competition.
But yeah, Apollo, young, fast. Sure it'll be a gritty team. Doc was just the coach of the U20 team overseas, so he knows what he's doing. He's, a vet, and he's got a hell of a combination on the squad.
For sure.
Yeah,
good luck to the Apollo Hockey Club.
Apollo. Then moving on here from to the Greyhounds. So GM Mike Malloy, assistant coaches Jason Swisher, Dave Molterno. I think I'm saying that right. I just know him as Buck from Pittsburgh. They've all coached junior national teams. Very veteran, experienced coaching staff. Captain here, Steve Gregory. Steve is, one of the best players I've ever seen play the sport. I remember we were in Penn Hills one time for a freshman tournament, and if anyone knows the Marlton Deer, I used to run that team.
Never heard of them.
Shout out Deer.
Shout out the Deer. And we were up there, and we were just like, it was me and my buddies. Like we were kind of just messing around, having fun. I remember we were watching the Gods as a freshman team play. And I don't know who they were playing against, but there was a delayed penalty on the other team, and Steve had possession in the offensive zone. He brought the ball back into the defensive zone. I don't know. They had some breakout that he kind of set up. He kind of manned the play, brought it into the zone. They made a couple passes, and they scored like 3 seconds later. And our whole, like, I was, street hockey back then. I'm not really learning systems or anything. And I remember I was standing next to my buddy John, and we were just like, the hell was that? Like, what the hell was that? I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like, it blew our mind that, like, it was the most organized. Like, it was like just so, like, I can't even explain it. But I remember watching it that time, and I was like, that was just the best player. And I remember my buddy Johnny was like 23 on the God, the best player in the world in ball hockey. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, probably was. And he's wearing the C. He's coming off an Achilles injury. He was at the 35-plus national team. So we're hoping he plays. I know he just started getting some reps back in. So would love to see him back on the rink. I know it's been a bit for him, but him as a captain, long time legend of the sport. With him is Corey Wilson. We know him as Nose Face Killer. Big rivalry with Biz in the Chicklets Cup. One of the most decorative players in the NBHL history. He's got 3 Massachusetts Tier 1 championships. He's won a Mass MVP. He's won a Tier 1 championship. And, he's one of the most well-known players in the sport for a reason. We posted a video of his, 6-goal game the one time. It was just
insane.
Every shot was like
a missile.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He uses a stick that's way too long.
He's got the record for the longest stick in the league, probably, right?
Yeah, there's so many comments like he's using Chara's stick, and it's like, it does look like that.
It's ridiculous.
Some of the comments were like, how's the goalie not save that? It's like, dude, that's a laser.
And for such a long stick, the handles that he has with that thing is unbelievable.
Yeah, I tried using a longer stick for a little bit because I know that, he was one of the reasons. I'm like, well, Corey does it. Maybe I can do it. No, did not work. Got rid of that very, very quickly.
I remember there was a tournament. We were going up to Pittsburgh for clubs, and we were driving up, and someone asked me, he's like, who do you want to see the least in a shootout? Like, out of, in all of ball hockey, I'm like, easily Corey Wilson. I do not want to see Corey Wilson in a shootout.
Yeah.
That night, we drove up to Pittsburgh. I got the last minute tap to play against the Americans in the first game on Friday night. And sure enough, we went to a shootout, and Corey Wilson scores the game-winning goal. We jinxed it right up on the way there. And of course, he came in and made 8 stick handles in 2 seconds and put it right by me.
It's embarrassing for you.
That's what he does.
Yeah. And the other captain, so this team's only got 3. They've got Gregory's captain, Corey is the alternate. Then Mike Malloy, son of Mike Malloy. Same name. That's crazy. How did that happen?
Must be his son.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. One of the best players, just silky smooth with the ball. He's just kind of gliding out there. It's impossible to get the ball off his stick. Rarely does he make an error. He's just, he's as good as it gets.
He's pretty much your smartest player on the team and just high hockey IQ. And like you said, he kind of just skips around. You don't think he's running fast, and then all of a sudden he's by you, or I don't know. He does glide out there. It's so weird. I don't know how to explain it, but if you watch him, you'll understand.
And very, very photogenic.
Does well for photos for us.
That's I think actually kind of a testament to his hockey IQ, because his head is always up. You take a picture, you take a picture of him, his head is always up looking at the play, and it just very photogenic. Man.
I've never thought of it like that, but that's probably true.
Yeah, he's always got his head up.
It's hard to be photogenic in ball hockey. I will say it is hard.
Yeah,
that
even wearing a paper hat, he does it all.
That man has a skill.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of photographers out there this weekend, so make sure you're smiling on the rink.
Yeah, look your best, boys.
So the goalie tandem right here is Robbie Mangini and Carrick Davis. Davis, goalie for the Penn Hills Imperium. Mangini, goalie for the South Jersey Knights Watch. Unfortunately for both of them, they both just got eliminated in the semis in Tier 1. But, 1A, 1B, not sure who is who in the scenario. They're both
nice tandem
studs.
of little youth and a little bit more experience than Robbie and Carrick. I've goaltended with Robbie a ton with Garden State. Kid's a stud. Comes up with some of the most unbelievable saves you're ever going to see. I'm excited to see him in net for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, he's a stud. Carrick was just on the 35-plus national team, also an absolute stud goalie. So I mean, it's going to be a repeated theme as we go through all these teams. Like the goalie duos for every single team.
I don't know. There's one team who I really like the goalie duo for. We'll come to it later, but
shocker! Spoiler alert ahead.
I'll give you guys one guess as to who that team might be.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this Mariners team, they've got players from 6 states. They've got Jersey.
Greyhounds team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Greyhounds team.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I wonder why I was thinking of the Mariners. Players from 6 states, 2 provinces with Jersey, PA, Mass. They've got Florida players. They've got New York players. They've got the only player in the league from Ohio, Ontario. They've got British Columbia. Caleb Griffin and Cody Hollingsworth are 2 of the only Canadian players in men's. Caleb's coming from British Columbia. Cody's coming from Ontario. Cody thinks he's a forward. He's 100% a defenseman. He won MVD in
He's listed
Buffalo.
as a center.
Yeah, no, that's we'll have to change that. That's wrong. He knows he's a defenseman. Caleb played in California Tier 2, not this season, but 2 years ago for the South Bay Bruins for Chet Johnson. Hell of a player. An honor to have players like that willing to travel and be a part of this. So it's awesome to have some Canadian representation from them. Majority of the team has played on some sort of a U.S. national team. They've all worn Caesar A's on their teams. A lot of players from the Warriors and Indians. 2 guys on this team, Brendan Persichetti and Steve Syan. 2 of the worst players to play against because they are grinders. They can score. They are fast as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I was just looking at the roster. Like, if those 2 are on a line together, say you throw like Dennis Hickey as center.
Yeah.
I would hate that. Like, I'd probably just fake it.
Those guys are literally dogs. They are straight dogs.
Yeah.
Just hounding you.
One is literally a dog.
Actually, well, if we include Dennis too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Percy's a stud's got the patented red bucket he tends to wear.
We'll see if it.
Yeah, I wonder if it makes it to elite.
Yeah, mistake, I guess, for him to not try to get drafted to the Comets so he could fit the color scheme.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
Maybe an off-season
pregame trade or something.
We're going to have to draft based off of equipment next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just my little thoughts when looking at this roster were I felt like they were pretty like top heavy with forwards. So I think I think they're going to need a lot of goals. Some positions might be wrong, but just like you said, like from Kilcourse, Malloy, Percy, Syan, Wilson, like you just keep naming that, like the top 6 is pretty elite.
And I forgot to mention in the Canadians, Jake Archambault, who did not play in the NBHL this year, has played in the past on the Niagara Daredevils. He's a stud. He can do whatever you need him to.
He's been on top plays quite a bit from that Buffalo division.
Yeah, there's a video that came up on my Facebook feed of him in a shootout where he did kind of what you described Corey doing, where he stick handles it 1,000 times and then scores. Like, it's just, he's another, like, this is the only team with Canadian players, right? Like, they've got all 3 of them. I guess they can all hang out together. But yeah, Jake, another stud to add to that mix of, Cody and Caleb, that this team is great. And then last guy I want to mention on this team is Patrick McCall, who, young kid from Ohio, plays for Columbus Counts. He's played Tier 3, he played Tier 2 this year. He's never gotten A reps, so it'll be cool to see how he adjusts on this big stage. But I know for a fact that when he signed up, the things that he said about his passion for this game, how excited he is for it, very much helped his draft stock. And he's just a young kid, excited, loves the game, and I'm just happy for him to be a part of this and see what he can do. Greyhounds looking good.
Yeah,
looking very good. Then move on here to the Comets. GM is Angelo Fox, Penn Hills Arsenal. Been with them for forever. Basically GMs the 2 Penn Hills teams in Tier 1 and chose with the 2nd overall pick, JD Dutney. Now, you said Corey's the person you want to face least in a shootout.
I know. JD might be the one that scores the most, but Corey's the one that makes you look the worst.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But JD, I mean, we took him up to a tournament with Garden State in Clash of the Titans in Canada, and that guy's automatic in the shootout.
Yeah.
Every single time we 100% confidence that he's going to score, and he came back every single time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think, didn't he go nuts in one of the Chicklets Cups too?
He always does. He goes nuts in every league.
I think I remember like it was just him going back up and up, and he
that's
just
hard
kept
to do because
scoring.
like that's on concrete too. So your handles aren't going to be as good, but he just got them.
Which one?
Yeah. So just absolute stud defenseman. Pretty much the same accolades we went over with Corey, where he's won a Tier 1 MVP, he's won 3 championships, he's won the Tier 1 title because he's been on the same teams as Corey with the Stars and now the Crooks. He's been on 2 national teams. He's played in the professional league in Switzerland for the, I believe it's the Oberwil Rebels he's played for. I mean, he's one of the best defensemen in the sport, bar none. He does it right. He loves the game as much as anyone, if not more than everyone. Like he just lives for it, and you can tell by how it shows on the rink. Yeah. Like he's just unbelievable out there. The alternate captains for this team are Mark Bergamasco, Jacob Batista, Evan Benedict, and I think what Angelo did here is he got Dutt from Massachusetts, Bergie from Pittsburgh, but the Penn Hill side, Batista from Pittsburgh from the God side, and then Evan Benedict from Jersey. So we hit all the, the 3 Tier 1 hubs of the NBHL with, some sort of leadership. And I mean, Bergie's won a Tier 1 championship with Imperium twice. Batista, I mean, I think he's one of the best up and coming players. He had the assist at North Americans for them to win it where he came down, he like spun, and then he I think he hit Migliozzi on the Gods with like this perfect pass. Like it was just like, it was one of the more viral posts cool hockey events had. Like it was just ridiculous. He reminds me of Malloy a little bit, the way he glides on the rink. He kind of does a similar thing out there.
We'll see if we get as good pictures out of him.
Yeah, we'll see. Then Evan Benedict,
just a guy from Philly.
Just a guy from Philly.
Just a guy from outside Philly.
Outside Philly, yeah. The only
normal guy.
men's elite captain that has not had national team experience.
Good for you, Evan.
Yeah. But Evan, just great guy, hell of a player.
Loves the game.
Yep, loves the game, plays it right, works hard. Like you can't say a bad thing about him. But yeah, they've got 4 just fantastic captains in front of a goalie duo of Robbie Snyder and Tyler Fischetti. So Robbie's kind of in a weird situation here because he's been hurt.
Yeah.
Got hurt at, I believe it was North Americans playing co-ed.
Co-ed A,
yes.
Playing co-ed A.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You were on that team, weren't you?
Yeah. He got hurt there. Yeah.
So he has been working back. He, tried to play in a couple games towards the end of the season to get playoff eligible, and he didn't finish those games because he was, kind of feeling it. He played in the playoffs. He got hit by a player, and I guess it tweaked his knee. How he did that?
That's what it looked like. Yeah,
and he dropped. He did, and that was in game 1. He did play game 2. He said he's going to give it a go here, and we just hope he's healthy because when he's on, he's
one of the best in the sport.
I've never scored on him.
You've never scored on him?
I don't think so, because I would remember if I did. And I don't remember ever doing it. So
I've never scored on him either.
There's a lot of people that haven't.
I don't know if I've scored on him. Maybe in EBHL or something.
He's so big and he moves so quick. He's like I compared to like Vasilevsky on the Lightning. He's just
it's a very good comparison.
It's tough to find some daylight behind him.
He also can snipe.
And he's very good at playing the ball.
That's
what you meant.
Is he the only goalie goal in the NBHL still? The only goalie goal to shoot it in the net.
Yes, there was a goalie credited with a goal this year, but it was from a team dumping it into their own net on an empty net.
Not as fun. Not as cool.
Way less cool. With him is Tyler Fischetti, who Tyler is a Tier 1 NBHL champion with Penn Hills Imperium. Studs, played for Arsenal, been an A goalie for a long time. I know him and Angelo have been on teams for a long time. This year he's playing Tier 2 in the NBHL.
He's just ramping up for elite.
Yeah.
He's just taking the season easy and
just keeping the body ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyler, another stud goalie. Robbie, obviously a stud national team goalie. So very, very good duo here. Angelo went very Jersey, Pittsburgh, Mass heavy. The entire team is from Jersey, Pittsburgh, or Mass besides Zach Mills. Zach Mills plays in DC Tier 2. He had 18 goals this year. No one else in that division had more than 8.
Absolute tank.
He's a beast. He's an absolute beast.
Millsy.
Remember him scoring on UG? I do.
Oh my God, is that the Edison game you're talking about?
Yeah, and graphics.
God. Don't bring that up.
Yeah. Gave us graphics a win over Indians. He took a shot right at the end of the period from right beside the red line.
Blue line.
Oh.
All right, give you a little credit. But yeah, Mills can play. The dude just, you described it, Murph, like just a tank. On this team, Brandon Jones, JD Dutney, Shane Ferris, Fischetti, Cam Cordia, they've all won Tier 1 NBHL championships. There's only a couple of Pittsburgh Gods guys that played for Elite, but 3 of them are on the Comets in Batista, PJ Biaghetti, Nathan Zavola. Zavola's one of my favorite players to watch.
He's sick.
He's awesome. Young kid, fast.
Smart.
Just a very fundamentally sound player. Biaghetti, they coined him Mr. Tier 2 in Pittsburgh a few years ago because he just torched Tier 2, and now he's in Tier 1. He's one of the best players in Tier 1. But those guys that did play are dynamite. Brandon Jones, I kind of glossed over him there, but one of the best pure goal scorers in the sport. He is known in the NBHL for his championship game in 2023, where Stars basically put an end to the Imperium's run. Yeah. Winning 4-2 with Jones scoring all 4 goals.
Unbelievable.
Absurd game.
It was ridiculous. It's Jonesy. Like, he's just a stud.
I mean, he's just a big time player.
Isn't it crazy? Like, he was a goalie for one of the national teams when he was younger, and now he's one of the best goal scorers. Like, how does that even happen?
It's not too late for me. I can convert.
Yeah, you want to give it a go? Maybe play out for a game this weekend.
Yeah, you guys don't want to see that.
No. Yeah, Gianni started playing goalie because he didn't know how to run. He would waddle around out there.
I think we said that on the last episode.
I still don't.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me as the older brother. I wouldn't.
Well, he could be the third backup goalie for the Comets, just in case.
Who?
Jones.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
He better bring his pads. Just the bug.
There's a few players in Elite men's and women's that could do both. We'll be fine.
Yourself included, Murph. Come on.
You know, I'm not volunteering yet, but put me in if we need to. You know.
Yeah,
Hey, Paul, Orcas. This is Murph. She's being nice, but she wants to play goalie. She certainly does.
Sorry, Keely and Kirsten, you're
out. Angelo in the comments also took Luke Malloy, brother of Mike and son of Mike, different Mikes, and doesn't get to play with his family, which is going to be fun to see, to see them go against each other. I've never seen Mike
without Luke
play with Luke, besides when we had Warriors Indians for a little bit.
Yeah, for the 1 year that the Indians got to have Luke.
Yeah. So it'll be cool to see them play against each other. And then Dutt, Cordio, Jones, Snyder are all going to be part of our Chicklets Cup team that will be playing September 25th to 27th in the A bracket in Boston. So we'll go toe to toe with, Biz, with Yandel, and, rep the NBHL there too for the men's side, where we got Murph, you're representing the women's side, right?
Yeah.
I just got, did I get your jersey mock-ups today? I got a couple mock-ups today. I don't know. We're getting them soon though, but.
I don't know. It's Bruins colors. It is what it is.
Yeah, I guess that's not your cup of tea. Oh.
That's tough.
Yeah. But yeah, this Comets team, they're loaded. They've got a lot of experienced guys that have played A for years. Good mix of young vets. So
yeah, I feel like this D, really the one thing I thought that stood out was the D core. I feel like they're all pretty capable offensively too. Trevor Altman, Dutt, obviously Luke Malloy, and Malloy and Altman are teammates on the Caribou and Tier 1 jersey, so that's an instant pairing if they go that way. But I think we're going to see these D activated a lot.
Yeah, Comets, another hell of a squad here, and then moving on to the Mariners,
the best team, right? We're unbiased, but the best team.
Go Mariners.
Roll Mariners.
That's
people that can't tell our voices,
say Mariners.
That's Gianni talking, not me. For those
this
who can't
is
tell
Anthony Sanrocco endorsing the Mariners right now on the audio only podcast.
Oh my God. So Mike DeFazio, the GM of this team, assistants are Eddie Casa and Dan Caldwell, 3 great minds of the sport. Caldwell, great knowledge of the graphics, players and men's A, the senior, the Masters national team. Just very well versed person in the sport.
An incredible color commentator for
Yes,
the NBHL
for
ESPN broadcasts.
Rush it. And then Eddie Costa's coached some junior national teams, U18 teams. He coached the South Coast Union in Mass Tier 1 this year, who knocked out the Fazio's Al's team this year, which was pretty big upset. Al's has been at the NBHL Cup most of the years it's gone on. But
will they gel on the bench together?
Eddie coached the hell out of him. It's crazy because he's a Leafs fan, you would think. He'd have some bad luck, but I guess it worked out for him.
Wow.
But their captain, Nick Carter, I think we've posted about him a million times to his dismay, I'm sure. I know he's not crazy about it, but we got to show he's a stud. He's just the best. He's been the backbone of the U.S. men's national team for as long as I can remember. And just an incredible player. And, it's funny, this Mariners team has John Ruiz on it, the captain of the national team. And I think the only person who could wear a C over Johnny and have it be like, okay, that makes sense or is fair is Carter.
Yes.
Like, he's just the stud. I mean, he's another one I've never gotten around him before in a game, I don't think. I think I would remember that.
I think I walked him like 20 times.
Did you?
No,
Wow.
I don't think I've ever played against him. No. I mean, he's pretty much everything you want in a defenseman. He's got the size, speed, strength, IQ, leadership. Yeah. I mean, experience. So, I mean, you can't miss him out there.
No, playing with him in the Chicklets Cup, I think he was for Detroit Chicklets Cup. He was on the team. It was just so nice. Like, Carter comes on the rink, and you're like, all right, I'm good on defense. Like, he's not letting anything through. So it'll be nice to be able to play with him 5-on-5.
Yeah, and with him, the leadership team, we got Ruiz as an alternate captain, Vinny Tuminello from Penn Hills Battalion, Penn Hills Arsenal, just an absolute stud. Corey Fredrickson, Freddie, we all love Freddie, unreal player, just made the national team. But they told me that they drafted, because Vinny can't make the first weekend, Johnny couldn't make the second weekend, so they drafted them to kind of like have one of each. They took Ruiz a little bit late, knowing he wouldn't make the playoff weekend. Now it turns out he might be able to make it.
Well,
so we're going to see there. That
drama.
Is interesting development.
Insider trading.
Yeah. But Johnny, a lot of people saw him on ESPN. I'm sure that was no one's first time watching him play. Like, he has cannon of a shot. He's another one who's been on every national team that I've ever watched
You
play.
pretty much say this, repeat what I said about Carter, about Ruiz, and he's just a forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's, an absolute stud. Vinny, same way, does everything right. I remember I was playing in Fitchburg on the Indians. We were on a power play, and I was quarterbacking, I guess. And I had the ball in the defensive zone, and Vinny started forechecking, and I was like, obviously know he's a good player, but I'm like, all right, I can just, take a step around here, make a pass, I'll be good, get my head up, make a play, and we can, get in the zone. He just bodied the hell out of me, took the ball, and then went in and scored. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that was not what I had planned. So, yeah, he's a stud, great guy. And then Freddie is just an absolute beauty. He's a stud out there. He is photogenic in a different way, I'd say. He's always in ridiculous poses in photos. Every tournament, I don't know if he has to be thinking about it at some point on the rink, right? Like, he's got to be like, all right, I'm going to look good here, because like, he always like just has the best pictures ever.
He's a slider. I think he slides a lot. You catch him on the ground.
Yeah.
His body's all over the place. Yeah.
He's crazy shin pads too. He's got like strings and shit hanging
The
off.
shoelace.
I never know what's going on, but they seem to stay on.
Stick style.
Yeah.
They're bigger than his actual legs.
Yeah. It's nuts. He's won MVP in Mass Tier 1. Same accolades as Dutt and Corey, where he's won a lot there. Just a great vibes guy, great player. Locker room's going to be happy with this core for sure. Goalies.
The best tandem in probably all of ball hockey right now, I would say. Unbiased.
So we got Ryan Clifford, Cliffy, and Gianni here.
One and only.
Cliffy is, I think he's kind of emerged very recently into the men's A scene, but he is unbelievable. He's huge. He is reliable. Like, I played with him on graphics. He was my goalie, and it was like, I felt like every game he was in, I'm like, okay, we just got to win 1-0.
You got to keep rubbing that Edison game in my face.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. But he was the goalie for the Shamrocks in Mass Tier 1, who just got one of the spots in the NBHL championships. He was dominant for them, and he's just great.
I'm very excited to play with Cliffy. I played against Cliffy a lot, so being able to be on a tandem with him is exciting. I remember, I don't know if we told the story on the podcast, there was one game in New Jersey Tier 1 where Night's Watch needed a goalie because their starter couldn't make it. And Cliffy drove all the way down to New Jersey to play in one game for the Night's Watch, just so that he could play in Tier 1. Because he only had Tier 2 available to him at the time.
And we beat him.
1-0. I've never felt so bad about a 1-0 win, but we beat him 1-0. He drove all the way down to New Jersey for his team not to score a goal for him.
This guy's better like paid him or something.
I think they probably like covered his gas or something.
They had to. But yeah, DeFazio said, he's played against Gianni a lot. Gianni kind of always stones him. So he's like, I love Gianni's game.
Yeah.
But yeah, G, what do you have to say about yourself?
About me? Incredible. Probably early favorite to win MVG for probably a couple years in a row. Might go for all 4 teams.
You're
I'll win one on every single other team.
You're going to have so much shit talk to you on the ring.
Definitely best goalie flow in the league.
Yeah.
See this all here? Yeah, that's what you're getting. And best windmills after the whistle. Not before the whistle. Would never do it during play, but after the whistle, catch me up here.
Someone light him the fuck up, okay?
Please.
Yeah.
I do it for the social media, boys.
Oh my God.
I love it.
This Mariners team was built with a big ice hockey presence in mind. They've got some players who might not be too familiar in the ball hockey scene, and guys like Carlos Fernares or Aaron Huffnagel. But Carlos has played in the ECHL. He's played in Florida Tier 2 for the past 2 years. He's starting to play A. He's played with the Iowa Deckheads in club championships. He just played in their NDA 3-on-3 tournament out in Iowa. Guy is an absolute stud. Everyone will know who he is after this weekend. Like, he's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch. I haven't really watched his game.
And then Huff played with us on the Toogs this year.
Great addition for the Toogs this year.
What can we say about him this year? He was dynamite.
He's my MVP.
Yeah, he's...
Have we tallied up those votes yet?
We have not tallied up the votes yet. We will see if he has won MVP, but he's certainly in the conversation. He anchored our offense. Like, I got a couple assists this year where I just kind of gave the ball to him and he just did everything.
He just like posts up like behind the net and like bodies someone and then like gets out front and like dishes or puts it in the net. I feel like he knows how to use his body.
Yeah, I'd say he's more of a pass first guy, but he can score too. And great bench presence too. He's hilarious.
He'll keep you laughing.
Yeah. And then Johnny has ice hockey experience. Scott Veneziali's another one's got some ice hockey experience. He's been outrageous in Jersey Tier 1 this year.
Funny story about Scott Veneziali. I used to play ice hockey with him as a kid and I would just feed him. And he would just snipe. Like, his ball hockey shot is pretty ridiculous. His ice hockey shot was like just as insane as like a 14-year-old or whatever. So he is, I don't know. And I know we just watched him, this past weekend in Jersey playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And he ripped one from I think it was a one-timer from the blue line and just sniped, bar down. Yeah. So
his shot,
insane player.
His shot has just so much. I've played against Scotty a lot. His shot has so much movement on it.
Yeah.
Like it'll start it's going glove high and it ends up low blocker because he just got so much curve on it. Now that we use the Napper Pro Fluid balls, I think it does kind of cut down on that curve a little bit to the benefit of the goalies, but his shot still has that movement. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The other offensive weapons these guys have are Eddie Urban and Scotty Wargan, who you've played with them, right, G, in a couple tournaments?
Yeah.
Now?
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
It's great. Those guys, they hustle. They don't stop running. And off the rink, they're wild.
Yeah, they're madmen.
Those two are something.
They're Chicago boys.
but they do not stop running. They do not stop scoring. They're awesome. I mean, I didn't know who they were until NBHL started when we saw them in the Chicago division playing for the Southsiders, and I think they were in green jerseys first year.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell are these guys? Well, now they're national team players. Like, they're two of the best forwards in the sport.
And that's kind of how they broke into like the men's A scene, was from the Chicago Southsiders, right? Is the Saints saw their film and picked them up for a tournament?
Yeah, that's what I was told. They saw some film and I guess they reached out. We'll have to verify this story. I don't want to be misspeaking here, but I certainly think the NBHL played some level of a part in them getting into the A scene, which has been, I think, wonderful for the sport. They're great guys and awesome players to watch. They also got Alex Marcinkowski, another Chicago guy, with them. Late add to the squad. They had a dropout. Alex stepped in, which him not getting drafted was kind of crazy to me. But no offense, GMs, I love you all. But he's a hell of a defenseman. Their whole defensive core is big. It's strong. Like Dylan Irizarry, which if that even is his last name, I don't really know.
That sounded really good.
Like he has multiple last names. I don't understand. That's a
really
ask him on the weekend. Like I don't understand what his last name actually is. Like that might not be it. But him, like Sam Bowles is a stud. Guy is like literally doesn't come off the rink in DC Tier 2.
Yeah, I think like speaking of the defense, I wrote big bodies on defense. Not going to be a lot of room out there.
No.
Like
Adrian
between
Gager.
Irizarry, Gagers, like kind of like
Pat Luckenbach is a beast. Like this team is big, strong,
Carter.
fast, skilled.
They're going to be playing from the back. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that's our 4 men's elite teams. We've got Apollo, we've got Greyhound, we've got Comets, we've got Mariners, and I genuinely think it's going to feel like waking up on a Christmas morning on Saturday to watch these teams play. Like I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who the best team is.
So I wrote down, in my opinion, I think when I looked at the rosters, the Mariners were the all-around best complete team with leadership across the board is what I wrote down.
I'm not part of the Mariners bias on this podcast because it's very heavy right now, okay? It's outrageous.
I don't know what you're talking about. It seems completely fair and balanced to me.
But that was my take.
Yeah. Every team's really good. Murph, anything to add?
No, guys, I think you nailed it all. This is going to be a freaking awesome weekend. And these boys are going to come out to play. And I will say, I'll throw a little tidbit into this. Some of these guys I know are actually going to be coaching the women's teams. I'm not going to tell you who, but we have some of them confirmed, and they will be on the bench for a few of the women's teams, which I think is awesome because you get a different perspective. These guys are just as involved in their team, and they want to help win the women's and make all the players better. So just something really cool to watch out for as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. A lot of hockey for them.
It's a long day of hockey, but I guess it's, you don't want to leave, right? You want to stay there all day. So, take up another role here.
Yeah. Yeah, get involved. Well, if you're still with us here, thanks so much for listening. And Elite, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's be elite.
Let's do it.
Bye.